Are your children safe at home? Or are they meeting strangers?
This stripper comes into the laundrette.
Wouldn't you rather they were meeting your friends? The People Channel, coming soon, all over Europe.
Yes.
His name is James Marriner. 20 years ago, he was a household name. Television newsreader and then anchorman for a long-running magazine program. The papers nicknamed him Gentle Jim.
So, what have we got next for you? Well, to be quite honest, I haven't a clue. What have we got next?
You see what I mean? Professional vulnerability.
I don't like it. Oh, Lord, I should have known that.
He still has a high
no,
familiarity rating, 60% on name, 75% on face. And it's 10 years since he's been on a network.
Why?
Partly his age. They've never really developed the elder statesman image over here. No Walter Cronkite's, no Johnny Carson's. The alternative is to go younger. This is Terry Wogan. The setting's too big, too theatrical. Wogan's mastered the trick of professional intimacy.
Good things come to an end.
You think he's right for us?
Have your 2 weeks respite.
Older is better for us.
Maybe you'll find it.
And whoever we go for must be responsive.
Until the end.
Mariner's hungry, been on a long diet.
Amy, you sang, danced, and chatted away into your heart for the past 2 weeks.
Nothing so far.
Kissing us to stop now.
Mariner's right for us.
For a holiday.
Same wife for 30 years. We can really do something with that. The wife's got a great face. Wrinkly, but real.
Pass the butter, darling, will you?
If you want that good old taste without that bad old waistline, try a little deception.
Nothing quite like butter.
No, there's nothing quite like butter, except Country Wife.
Are you all ready, children? Spend, spend, spend.
Mr. Marriner, do you have a minute?
The People Channel. Never heard of this.
Something else I'd like checked out, Charlie. Keith Mallory, chairman of the Satellite Broadcasting Authority, found to have grandchildren or wants. Names, ages, birthdays. That's it. Mr. Marriner, I'm Grace Garden. What are you doing, opening supermarkets?
Earning money.
£500, is it worth?
Doesn't take long.
That's what prostitutes say. What do you want, Mr. Marriner?
What do you mean, right now, or the big want?
The big one.
Well, I suppose, like everybody else, to be happy.
What makes you happy?
How could anybody possibly answer that?
I can. What you want is what you once had and have lost. You want to believe in yourself again. You want to believe your life has meaning. I think I can give you that.
And lots of lovely money? What would I have to do? Sell myself?
Would you?
If I knew where to find it.
Follow the sound of crying in the night.
Excuse me, I don't quite know what to say. Well, I mean, this is not your common garden interview for a new job, is it?
I'm not offering you a new job. I'm offering you a new life.
Excuse me, I'm thinking of killing myself. Can you help me?
Jim, what are you doing here?
Somewhere to walk to, somewhere to walk from. As it happens, I might be returning to the fold, professionally speaking. The People Channel turns out to be Christian.
They've offered you a job?
£2,000 a week job, to be exact.
Good heavens.
Yes, indeed. Good heavens.
What would you have to do?
Well, I don't know, usual product plug, I suppose. Nothing quite like Christianity. Oh, I know I didn't eat it. But it's quite a decent kind of margarine. It's just that I prefer butter, that's all. Anyway, Christianity is quite a decent sort of religion.
It's not the same as selling a margarine you don't eat, and you know it.
Anyhow, I've got a strong suspicion that I'm going to be required to be born again.
You'll still have to grow up again afterwards.
Oh, no. Second time around, you die young.
In the first phase, we go on air in 6 European countries. Each national network transmits in its own language, of course.
The same program?
About 75% American product. The rest is locally originated, mainly live studio material. Movies, soap operas, game shows, chat shows, news.
Where's the message from the sponsor?
I'm not with you. Attention, everybody. This is James Marriner.
Hi, welcome. Welcome. Nice to see you.
He may be joining us. We hope he will. Well, there's your message. Other networks are cold. We're warm.
The main link-up protection
Research Access Systems. What's that?
Just a name. We have a large research department. You have to get your facts right these days, don't you?
Somebody's putting up a lot of money. Is satellite television that profitable?
Not yet. So far, it's the specialist viewers who are buying the roof dishes. They're coming on beam, as we say. Sports fans, music fans, first-run movie crowd. The big networks haven't taken off yet, but they will.
On beam.
Like sunbeams, warmth and light. Thank you, Nigel. This will be your home.
What will I do there?
Hasn't Grace told you?
Well, not exactly, no.
Well, it's very simple. What draws people to television is people. It's about personal encounter, as you must know. We've done the research, and what viewers want is someone who shares their hopes and fears, not some expert who intimidates them with specialist knowledge. They want a trusted parent figure, someone who gives shape and meaning to their world at the end of every day.
A sort of news commentator.
In a way. We call it news plus meaning. So it's commentator, anchorman, host, but above all, friend.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. And so put your hand against mine and believe the Lord right now. If you have an afflicted child, press its little body against mine. Countless thousands have been cured this way in the United States and other nations. Lord, I bring the sick and afflicted to you. God, you're looking upon them. God, you're right there because, God, you're everywhere throughout this whole earth. And, oh, God, lay a healing hand on the sick and afflicted now. Heal! 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 In the name of Jesus.
So how did you find that? Powerful? Hard-hitting? Direct? Crass? Infantile? Greedy? Whatever image you have of American religious television, forget it. Jerry Falwell, Pat Robertson, Moral Majority, they're the past. We are the future. We don't ask for money, and we don't do miracle cures. Don't ever make the mistake of thinking that we're stupid, Mr. Marriner.
No, I wouldn't.
Still cautious? Yes, I would be.
You tell me what you're not, but I still don't know what you are.
I'll tell you what we're going to be. Once upon a time, many hundreds of years ago, the information network in Europe was controlled by a single organization. Central production center in Rome, local reception in every village. Europe was ideologically captive. I'm talking about the church. Then along came printing. Print is cheap. One man could do it alone. The information monopoly was broken. Let me know if I'm boring you.
Oh, I don't mind the history. I'm just waiting for the lesson.
The lesson is the monopoly is coming back. A single information network, satellite television, transmitting to a continent, soon to the whole world. Only one or two networks will survive because the costs are so high. But there is a battle being fought over the skies of Europe for the hearts and the minds of a continent. Whoever wins will guide your understanding and guard your values for a generation. Now, who do you want it to be, Mr. Marriner? Hollywood? Robert Maxwell? It won't be the BBC, I can promise you that.
But it could be you.
We have the backing. We have the organization. We have the vision. Don't look away.
It's mildly embarrassing.
I know. Just a little longer.
What is this? Hypnotism?
I'm looking for you. I know you're in there somewhere.
How will you know when you find me?
No. There. That's you.
think this is unethical? The jumble sale equivalent of insider trading?
I don't think this fits.
Here, try this.
Hmm. Have you told Dad I was coming round?
No.
How is he?
How was he? That's how he is. Actually, he's been offered a new job.
What sort of job?
Christian television.
Christian? He's not going to start preaching at us, is he?
I sincerely hope not.
Hmm. All television's manipulative crap, anyway.
You're so like Jim.
God forbid.
Joe, what an unexpected pleasure.
Hello, Dad. I hear you've been sharpening your wings.
How is my favourite daughter?
As far as I know, you've only got one daughter.
Now, be gentler with me, will you, please? I'm the victim of rape.
Men can't be raped.
Psychological rape. The woman who just offered me a job has made a smash and grab raid on my inner self.
Because you saw through the makeup to the mask, hmm?
How come you've grown up so sardonic? I'm not sardonic. Your mother's not sardonic, are you?
Have you said you'll do it?
Well, yes, more or less.
What is this job, anyway?
It's something called the People Channel.
People Channel? Never heard of it.
Well, it's satellite television. It's going to be very big all over Europe.
Who's behind it?
I have no idea.
But, Dad, it could be anybody. It could be the Moonies.
Beloved child, I am for sale. Not only is the People Channel the highest bidder, it is the only bidder. And if they turn out to be international terrorists with a militant commitment to family life, it's fine by me.
Data transfer. Commence data transfer now, please. Hustle, hustle, hustle.
The market's growing, but not fast enough.
What is your estimate?
20%, 5 years. But it could be 5 months if we're willing to make a major commitment.
What sort of major commitment?
I want to give the satellite dishes away free.
How much?
Skylink receiver systems have quoted us a bulk price for orders over £1 million of £50 a dish. Add advertising, stock management, distribution costs. 20% of the UK market would cost us about £400 million.
Can the dishes be fixed to receive our beam only?
Nope.
Corporate finance would like to put their view on record. We don't believe we'll ever achieve a return on an investment of this scale.
That depends what sort of return we're looking for, doesn't it, Mr. Miles? Proceed.
Grandchildren, Julia, 6 years old on June 23rd. David, 3 on December 7th. Need anything more personal? Okay.
The government wants to encourage the growth of a free market in satellite broadcasting. You sure you won't? However, we are also charged with the duty of protecting the public. Oh, a light regulatory touch. Not everyone is convinced that American religious television is quite what we need.
Our staff is 90% British, and our on-screen presenters are 100% British.
It's largely a cultural question, I suppose. After all, as I understand it, the majority of your investors are American Christian organizations.
Are you afraid that we'll convert the nation to chewing gum religion?
The natives here are not very godly, as you know.
Lord Mallory, you have a 6-year-old granddaughter, I believe. Is this Julia?
Mm-hmm.
And David?
You're very well informed, I must say.
They watch television, I'm sure. Now, what are they watching? People being murdered? Women paraded as sexual toys? Cynicism and selfishness being held up as the keys to success? If Julia ever hears the word virtue, it will mean virginity, and someone will be sniggering. Now, wouldn't you like her to have the choice of a better set of values?
Well, speaking for myself, I must say...
We can proceed no further without a firm launch date.
What sort of time scale do you have in mind?
September 15th. That's when we launch in 5 other European countries.
I can't promise you that our procedures can accommodate your timetable.
Satellite television is a loss-making industry in this country. We are investing £2 billion minimum. Our alternative network hub is Munich.
September the 15th, you say?
We're going to take the British people on a journey. So first we have to meet them where they live, the way they are now. The British are terrified of change, they're instinctively racist, and they admire a certain type of taciturn violence. Now, are there any questions so far?
Stand by for test transmission.
So what? What do we care? Our job is to make people care. News plus meaning.
Soft at 8:30 Mondays.
save the children, right? Well, we could make quite a substantial donation.
That's right.
My friends, we have a launch date. We go on air September 15th. In France, in Germany, in Holland, in Italy, in Sweden, and here in Great Britain. Now let me introduce you to the ambassador of the People Channel in Britain, a man whose friendly face will soon be a welcome guest in every home in the country, Mr. James Marriner. We are on our way, so watch the skies.
Watch the sky.
Let's watch the skies.
Comes the day. Sing, oh sing, oh sing the song. See, oh see, oh see the light on the field, oh field, field, oh field of love. Watch the sky.
How do you like it?
So much enthusiasm. Can I keep up, I ask myself.
You'll manage.
A moment of silent prayer before the meeting. That's the first overt sign that I've seen that this is a religious outfit.
We call that the third hour pledge. A minute of prayer every third hour on the hour. We stop everything and turn to God.
Exactly on the hour.
It's part of the discipline.
What if you're driving?
You pull over.
And if you're making love?
For that 1 minute, you make love to God.
Oh.
So what exactly is this People Channel?
American godbothers, I'm told. Why?
Oh, I just wondered if there might be a problem to us.
Can't think why. The Almighty has infinite patience.
Do you remember Jim Marriner? This People Channel's taken him on.
Gentle Jim Marriner. I worked with Jim, you know, years ago. Lovely wife, real saint. Nice chap, Jim. Thought he was dead.
Wasting our time.
Yes. 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 Hold, please. Yes. As long as it takes. Because I say so. Okay. Doing a sweep search on Mr. Richard Beck. Let me tell you about Exeter University back in '65.
It's a well-organized con, you know. The painters, the dealers, the critics, they're all in on it. They all get a cut.
Richard, stop being so Philistine. I want you to meet Grace Gardner. She's doing this new satellite television. It's just your sort of thing. And Grace, dear, he may be a government minister, but he can be shockingly stupid.
Not much of a build-up, I'm afraid.
Oh, don't worry, Mr. Beck. The only reason I'm here at all is to meet you.
Yes. I didn't know.
Would you like 5 minutes of small talk, or shall we get right into the big talk?
I think we just did.
Somerton, potential split with local agent. Usual cross-checks. Richard Hamley, cross-check Green Valley Estates housing contract. Jeremy Halkett, independent. Active militant connections. Cross-check wife, Martha Blackwell. All current male friends.
See, you can't buy quality like that. You have to breed it. You're looking at 20 years of controlled evolution.
Just look like cows to me.
Don't you listen to her, my lovelies. The television people know about the real world.
You're more than television. As it happens, we know quite a lot about the real world.
I don't doubt it.
You're reckoned to be an ambitious man.
Why be in politics if you don't want power?
More power than you already have.
If you believe you have the right policies, then yes, you want the power to see them through.
How are you going to get it?
Bit of push, bit of pull. A lot of luck.
Luck can be arranged.
I'd be glad to know how.
Well, I'll give you an example. In 1965, at Exeter University, there was a controversial scheme to introduce an abortion referral service. And one young student made quite a name for himself by leading the fight against it. And 2 months after the scheme was abandoned, his then-girlfriend, Tessa Hales, had an abortion at the Colchester Clinic in London.
Well?
Luck is just a matter of information, isn't it? Who has it, how it's used, when. My example was purely hypothetical.
How is such information obtained?
It's all there. It's just a matter of making the connections. All it takes is the will to do it. And a lot of money.
Am I to take it that such information exists on a wide scale, in an organized form?
Yes, Mr. Beck. You could be about to have a lot more luck. Yes. Yes.
Morning, boss.
Yes, we do know what the BBC is offering. We also know they won't go any higher. Although you're welcome to try. Because they don't have the money. Well, do you consider the BBC a charity with a moral entitlement to your support? Then let the market fix the price. I'll be here. I'd like to meet your wife. Would you mind?
No, not at all.
Perhaps have her join you on screen from time to time.
Ah, the happy couple.
30 years together. Not bad these days.
You're not married, I understand.
No, I'm not.
From choice?
Because I'm so desirable, you mean?
Well, yes, I suppose I mean that.
Do you desire me?
Now, look, I appeal to the referee. Don't hit below the belt.
You mean you find me attractive? Sexy?
No, I really didn't mean that.
It's all right. I got bored with being sexy around the age of 19. This is my private place. I come here to be alone. Except I'm not alone. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I think so.
Am I embarrassing you?
Mildly.
Mildly. Do you ever feel strongly about anything? Below the belt again. You keep a lot below your belt.
Grace, really?
My name. We progress.
Look. What's this all about?
You asked if I was married. I'd like you to know. It's very simple, if not very fashionable. I'm a missionary. I've given up my life to serve others. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Could you do it?
No.
No. Because you lack conviction. You're very British, aren't you, James? An ideological vacuum. If I can get through to you, I can get through to the whole country.
God almighty, I feel like a native chief.
You have so much charm, James. But so what?
Your little apple's doing well, isn't it?
Jim, that's a flowering cherry.
Oh. How'd you like to see this People Channel outfit?
Do you want me to?
Yes, why not?
What about them?
Well, they did mention they'd quite like to meet you.
Oh, I see. The loyal wife.
Something like that.
Yes, why not?
Fine.
What do you mean, no soccer? It's absolutely out of the question. If there's going to be soccer on television, it must be on the BBC. Jackie, get me Pat Kelly at the Football League. My boys are Arsenal fans. I mean, what do I tell them? No, I won't have it. It's outrageous. How much money do they want?
We don't know for sure. We think the People Channel offer is $5 million.
$5 million? Pat, Jeffrey Gilman, what the hell is going on? Let me ask you a simple question, Pat. Is money all you care about? Viewers, I am talking about viewers. Who's going to be watching this one man in a dog outfit? All right, one man, a dog, and £5 million. So what? Money does not buy viewers. They're broadcasting direct to satellite receivers, you know. I mean, hardly anybody can afford... You sure of that? Yes, no, I'll come back to you on this, Pat. Bye-bye. Kelly says that this People Channel is giving away home receiver dishes.
Free? What, for nothing?
So he says. John, find out everything you can about this People Channel. I think I made a serious mistake. I hope to God I'm not too late. I want to know who they are, where their money comes from, and what the hell they're after. Richard, see if you can come up with some figures. I want to know exactly what they're spending.
Will do, Geoffrey.
Jackie, get me Keith Mallory at the Satellite Broadcasting Authority.
Maybe you should speak direct to the minister.
Richard Beck. God help us. He's the one that wants to bring back hanging for sodomy.
Terrorism, Geoffrey. What he actually said was hang the buggers.
Once again, the news is dominated by violence in Beirut. It's a city that's been self-destructing for so long that you find yourself wondering how anyone can still be living there. I mean, do they go shopping? Do they go to the movies? And to be brutally honest, do we care? Well, we should. Behind the warring militias of Beirut stands Syria on the one side and Israel on the other. Behind Syria stands the Soviet Union. Behind Israel stands the United States. Now, it may seem far-fetched, but the Third World War... Do I have to say this?
What's the problem?
I mean, the Third World War.
You think there'll never be another world war?
Well, before we send for the fire engines, we should at least smell some smoke.
We smell smoke, James. Or are you asking for editorial control of our global posture?
You what? Oh, no,
But we're not in business to provide a mess of conflicting individual views. We're here to give...
I know. News plus meaning, I know that.
Do you want to bring this up with Grace?
Oh, God, no. No. It's fine. After all, it's just a matter of how one says it, isn't it? All right, let's go from the top again. The Third World War could begin on the streets of Beirut, and it could end right here, in the heart of the free world. Okay?
Don't see what you expect me to do, Geoffrey.
Stop them. Cancel their license to broadcast.
On what grounds?
They're publicly committed to wholesome family viewing. Nobody's supposed to watch their programs. People who do want to watch pay nothing. It seems to me to be an excellent example of private enterprise at its best, filling a gap left, if I may say so, Geoffrey, by you. If the BBC gave us more family viewing and less foul-mouthed sneering, then...
Yes, but what's in it for them? Ask yourself that. Television isn't like newspapers or magazines or books. It's much, much more expensive. Ordinary people can't play. Only people who control billions of pounds. If you let the satellite channels take our audiences, the airways won't be free. They'll be taken over by big money. And that's the bullet for democracy, Richard. Bang.
I must say, I call that a bit rich, Geoffrey. Are you telling me that the BBC, which is famously accountable to no one, is democratic?
We don't make money, so we can't be bought. You talk as if this People channel were free, but nobody puts up billions of pounds for nothing. Look, I don't know what they want, but it's got to be pretty big if they can afford to throw money like that at it. Where's it coming from? Do you know that?
The money behind it is Christian, I'm told.
Oh, Christian, is it? And just why would American Christians want to take over our television screens?
Yeah, our current priority is the FDP. Michnik maintains control of the Bundestag group. No change.
Jean Becher, Paris. The ruling coalition is now fragmenting as predicted. We propose to upgrade the level of political engagement with PAC funding subject to your approval. Presidential aide Henri Lessac is now reclassified as a level 1 source. Silvia Bellucci Milano reporting to London. We have some change. There are signs of a power shift within the DC. Giovanni Moretti is still very well placed. We are in contact with the Ortolani faction as a precaution.
Thank you. And now one with James on his own. Do you mind? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mrs. Marriner.
Carol. Maybe a few more minutes, French.
Oh, yes, a few more minutes.
Mrs. Marriner, there'll be a little while. Come and see our garden. James tells me you're a gardener. You'd be good on screen, Mrs. Marriner. You have the face for it.
What sort of face is that?
Sympathetic, real. And I understand you're a Christian. You became a Christian at the age of 19 at college. You go on prayer retreats once a year, and you work for the Samaritans.
You've done your homework, I must say.
You've appeared in commercials with your husband. Now, why not come and advertise something more important?
Oh, thank you, but I'd rather not.
Do you think our American style might be a little crude?
No, I know nothing of your style.
Well, then, what is it that's worrying you? I'd like to know.
I don't understand why you hired Jim. If you're a Christian, naturally. I know he's very good, but he doesn't really believe.
Television is images, Mrs. Marriner. What matters is the effect we have, actions, not intentions. If your husband on television convinces even one viewer of the truth, what does it matter if he has doubts of his own?
That's like saying the end justifies the means, isn't it? Christianity isn't about being effective. It's about faith.
So is faith to be powerless?
I don't mean to criticize. You asked me what was worrying me. I don't know about power. I suppose I just leave all that to the good Lord.
Are we to do nothing at all?
Aren't we to trust in God?
Well, I think there's a little more to it than that now. I would still like to see you on the People channel. You and James have had a good marriage, 30 years. It's quite something these days. That's not an act.
On the whole, I think not.
Charlie, what's going on with Marriner's marriage, and why don't I know?
How was it? Expensive. Welcoming. Expensively welcoming. They think a lot of Jim.
Where is Dad?
He had to stay on for a meeting. I don't like it, Joe. I wish he wasn't doing it.
Watch the skies. Who does he think he is? God?
There's something unreal about the whole thing.
That should suit Dad.
It mustn't be too hard on him, Joe. He loves you very much. He always has.
He used to. But then he went away. You can see it in his eyes. He used to be there, in his eyes. But then he went away.
When did he go away?
Oh, I don't know, years ago.
How many years?
He always sent me postcards when he went abroad. I've still got them, all of them. Then he went somewhere, and there wasn't a postcard. I kept thinking it would come, even after he was back, but it never came.
Where was it he'd gone?
Oh, I don't know. Away.
Did you ask him about the postcard?
No.
Why not?
Because I was afraid he hadn't gone away.
I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing there. Maybe I'm just getting old. We have contact.
Counting down to lift off. Lift off. We have lift off.
Her name is Margaret Bunn. She worked for him 15 years ago. She was a secretary. He visits her 2-3 times a week. That's it.
Why didn't you tell me this before?
Nothing to tell.
You put him under 24-hour surveillance?
You want facts? I get facts.
Wire. Am I missing something?
Maybe she's a sizzler in the sack.
Naturally, I offer you my resignation.
Naturally. Failure with dignity. That's your style, isn't it?
I'm sorry, but what more can I say?
What more can you say? Or try. What can I do, Grace? Try. How can I help you, Grace? I've put everything into this, James, and believe me, I am not going to let you screw it up.
There was no reason for you ever to know.
Is that what you say to your wife?
My wife doesn't ask.
Well, I am not your wife. I do ask. I do need to know. If you're prepared to cooperate without reservation, I'm willing to see if the damage can be contained.
I see.
Who else knows?
Nobody.
I don't expect you to be perfect, James. I do expect you to be smart. A love nest in the suburbs is not smart.
It's not like that.
True love, is it?
It's hard to explain.
Oh, don't worry. You'll have plenty of time.
Her name is Margaret Bunn, so naturally everybody calls her Bunny. But she's not a bunny kind of person at all. I call her Meg. At first, I thought it was wrong. And I used to say, Meg, you mustn't think of me. Think of yourself. And she said, why? I like to think of you. I like to make you happy. So in time, I came to believe it.
Is it a sexual relationship?
It began like that.
When did it begin?
She came round to my house one time to do some typing. I was suffering from very bad headaches. Migraine. I was lying in a dark room and she was downstairs typing. She came into my bedroom and sat beside me. And to stroke my forehead. The headache went. And she started to stroke my face. I didn't want sex. I wanted warmth. And I said, lie down beside me here. And she did. And then I realized that...
She gave him back his manhood.
I realized it would be all right with her. She wanted to make me happy, and she did. It wasn't really about sex at all. People think that sex is the only temptation, the only betrayal. But there are others. Hello, Joe.
Dad, what happened?
Nothing, I just thought I'd come see you, that's all. You could live at home, you know.
I know. I don't want to.
How's college?
Boring.
How's your mother?
How's my mother? Don't you know?
Well, I just wondered, that's all.
Something has happened.
We hadn't had a good talk for a long time, have we, you and I?
Not since I was about 8.
You got anything drinkable?
If you mean alcohol, sorry.
What did we talk about?
Don't you remember?
Sorry, Joe.
Why did you ask me about Mum?
I just wondered how she was, that's all.
She's how she's been for years and years.
You think I can do better, don't you?
There's room for improvement.
Well, there are some things that I don't do very well, I'm afraid.
Like being a husband.
Maybe.
Bad luck on Mum.
Helen?
Samaritans, can I help you?
Helen?
Yes.
I have to talk to you.
I'm listening.
If you want me to stop, just tell me to stop and I'll ring off. It's about another woman. I'm sorry. I hoped you'd never have to know. I don't know what to do now.
It's done. Does she love you?
Do you think so?
Do you love her?
I don't know.
We've let it go on for too long.
Yeah. Did you know?
No. But I knew I didn't know.
I never meant this to happen.
Did they tell you to tell me?
Well, you are the loyal wife of 30 years. They don't want you divorcing me.
But you still told me.
Telling them changed it. It wasn't lies before. And suddenly everything turned into lies. I feel as if I'd poisoned myself. I can't take the lies anymore.
You're like a child, aren't you? You think nobody hurts until you feel the pain.
James Marriner just phoned to say that he's quitting.
Quitting?
So it seems.
It's too close to launch. It'd look as if he's trying to dissociate himself from
We
us.
have to control the story. If he quits, it's because we want him out.
And what reason do we give?
Well, what do you think? We can make this thing work for us if we have to.
Yeah, it's more in sorrow than an anger sort of thing. Highest regard for the man, personal tragedy, etc., and the press do the rest.
Set it up. Don't make a move unless I say so. But when you move, move fast. This is a big operation, James. Bigger than you know. Bigger than you or me. Much more important than you or me. If you really want to do what's right, then forget these twinges of private moral discomfort and think of the work you can do for others. You have a very great talent. Now, what's it for? Is it yours to waste, to throw away, just because you're fallible? If you feel guilty and you want to make amends, then put your talent to work. Serve others.
I don't want to be part of your mission, Grace.
Am I to know why?
You didn't ask me what would happen to Meg. You didn't ask me what would happen to Helen. You didn't ask me anything. Anything! Except whether people would find out.
That is my job.
Is there anyone you really care for? Is there any single human being that you really love?
The great lover speaks. I was married once, you may be surprised to hear. And more than anything else in the world, I wanted a child. Prayed for years for a child. Didn't happen. I thought it was God's punishment to me. Childlessness. Then one day I realized it was God's gift to me. He was freeing me to serve him.
You've chosen your way, Grace. Let me choose mine.
Looks like I've made a mistake over you, doesn't it?
Yes.
There'll be a price to pay, you know that.
There always is.
I've just accepted James Marriner's resignation. Proceed as planned.
Okay, thank you, sir. Paper lady. Thank you, dude. Son, yes, sir. There you go. Get your paper here. TV star in sex scandal. Thank you, dude.
The New People Channel's slogan is, watch the skies. Yesterday, the star fell out of their sky.
Britain's newest TV network says we're the People Channel, not the Bunny Channel. So long, Jim. I love these British tabloids.
Listen to this. This People Channel is high-tech television, science fiction come true. How surprising, how pleasing that the message from the future is family values are back.
That's the daughter. Oh, Miss Marriner, can we have a word? Take it off. Tell her to be good over, please. You know about the bloody girl. It's coming. Yeah, roll, please. Miss Marriner.
So is it true? Hmm?
Yes, it's true.
Oh, well, I knew you were cheap, but I didn't know you were that cheap.
How you do. Meg? Jim? Have you seen the papers? Meg, I'm terribly sorry. Have you got the press there? Listen, I've got to speak to you, but not on the telephone. Yes, but not on the phone. I'll come round to you later somewhere. This place is in a state of siege at the moment. Yes, it is important. Yeah. All right. You too.
Some murderer, pig, bastard,
What do you know?
shit!
What do you know? What do you know about me?
What have you done to
What do you
Mom?
know about anything?
What have you done to Mom?
What do you know about anything? Oh, little bat.
They're never going to go away.
Excuse me. I think you'd better come in. This isn't easy for me. But now that this whole horrible business has come out into the open, I think it's time that the real truth was told. I knew there was something wrong when our married life, our sex life, came to an end. That sort of thing happens. I suppose I thought there might be a girlfriend tucked away somewhere, but it wasn't a girlfriend. There never was a girlfriend.
What about the bunny girl?
Not a girl.
Are you saying it was a man? Your husband's homosexual?
I don't know the right words. Men and women. Jim met him in a bar in East Berlin.
East Berlin?
Yes, he's an East German. He's some sort of policeman.
An East German policeman in London?
Well, of course he doesn't say he's a policeman when he's in London. I think he says he's a cultural attaché.
You mean he's a spy?
Well, how should I know? I've never even met him.
Mrs. Marriner, if I've got this correctly, you're telling us that your husband is a secret homosexual who's having an affair with a communist spy. Forgive me, but are you having us on?
What do you mean?
Well, is it true?
Is it true?
Well, yes.
can tell the difference between truth and lies?
Yes.
And you prefer the truth to the lies?
Yes.
Oh, I had no idea. I thought you just wanted a story.
We do like it to be true as well.
And what's all this doing in the papers then? Just doing your job, are you? Just obeying orders? Go on, tell me. If you don't do it, somebody else will. Dirt and lies and broken lives. Just get out, please.
Mrs. Marriner.
Just go, please. Just go.
But did you do that for Dad?
No, for me.
So it isn't true?
She's not a bunny girl. She's just someone who gave Jim comfort. Something, it seems, he didn't get from me.
Meg? Meg? Meg?
Sorry, Jim. I know you're coming to tell me it's over. I'd rather not hear you say the words. That way, I can go on thinking you love me. I love you, Jim. I always have. I always will. I'll go now. Meg.
Grace Gardner! I know you're watching somewhere. Meg's dead! What did she die for? I want you to tell me, Grace. What did she die for?
Meg's dead.
I'm sorry, James. I really am.
We killed her, you and I. With our lies. I lied for Helen. No, I didn't. I lied for myself. What did you lie for? Television?
We're more than television, James.
I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it! Family values!
Christianity, lad! It's all stunning scenery! You take your shabby, fake, lying, murdering world away from us!
Yeah, we got 2 on him already. Got a couple of guns at yeah, got you. I'm on my way up.
Now you know. We're not alone.
What's it all for, Grace?
We're going to rebuild the will of a continent.
With television?
Yes, with television. People form their beliefs from what they know, and what they know today, they learn from television. It's the stories they tell each other. It's the people they admire. It's the words they use. For a generation now, your networks have been teaching people to sneer at power and authority. In America, our networks have never been afraid to nourish patriotism and the conviction that good people can be strong and can fight and can win. In America, it is television that forges the national will, and we can do the same for Europe.
The will to do what?
This is the battleground, as it always has been. Europe is the front line.
Battleground? Where's the bloody war?
You think the present Soviet leadership will survive? You think that the Soviet military machine will just melt away? Marxism is running out of history, James. The Soviet economy is on the point of collapse. When dictators lose control at home, they make war abroad. Not this year, not next year, but it's coming. And we mean to build a new Europe ready for the day.
The day? Ah. You believe it's been prophesied, don't you? The end time. The last battle. Armageddon.
Has any generation before had the power to unleash Armageddon.
You won't win a war with television.
We are more than television.
We. Who's we?
The Vision.
The Vision? What vision?
It's just a name.
An organization?
Of a kind. A community of interest.
The Vision. Who else shares this vision?
More than you'll ever know. And in high places. The highest.
Oh, I don't doubt it. But believe me, I fear it.
You've seen too many movies, James. You still believe it's the bad guys who have the big plan and the good guys who unmask it. The good guys don't have a plan, right? Once they reveal this sinister conspiracy, the movie ends. What do the good guys do then? Who runs the world? I'll tell you. The world is run by people with plans. The only choice you get is which people, which plan.
Doesn't work anymore, Grace. Not anymore. I don't like secrets anymore. What are you going to do? Hold me here for fear I tell all?
You know nothing.
I know nothing. You go and save the world, Grace. I'll save myself, if I can.
Do you remember my original offer to you?
Yes. Yes, I do. You promised me a new life.
Let him go. Yes.
You're a mistake.
Yes.
I've been so stupid, so blind, clumsy. I feel like somebody's been in an accident and nearly died. Now I've got to start right from the beginning all over again. This is the way we hold our knife and fork. This is the way we tell the time. This is the way we love each other.
Jim,
Don't go.
I need some time alone.
You will ring me, won't you?
Yes.
Do you just walk out the door or something? I mean, we're a bit out for this kind of thing, aren't we?
Late developers.
You realize I'm over 60 and I've never been alone before.
I have. I'm going now, Jim.
Helen, something good will come out of this, I promise you. It isn't all for nothing. You will telephone, won't you?
Yes.
Helen.
Are you ready, please? Munich, acknowledge, please.
Yeah, Munich on beam.
Milan, acknowledge, please.
Milano on beam.
Stockholm, acknowledge, please.
Stockholm on the beam.
Rotterdam, acknowledge, please. On beam. And Paris, acknowledge.
Ici Paris.
Hello, Dad.
Oh, Joe. Oh. It's good to see you, Joe.
Grace? Grace, it's James Marriner. Listen, I have a proposition.
He wants to say sorry, live on television.
He wants to do what? You don't believe him.
The Marriner scandal has made us headline news. Public repentance, live on the first night. Got to admit it's different.
But will he do it? I mean, why should he?
It's a risk.
Goddamn right it's a risk.
Charlie? Sometimes things that seem to be mistakes can turn out for the best after all. Draft something for him to say, Bill. No grand statements. Keep it personal. Heartfelt. Short.
I'd like to include a reference to Helen. After all, it's for her I'm doing this.
Say what you want.
But it has to be scripted.
Oh, yes.
Helen, it's Jim. I'm at the People Channel. I want you to watch the opening program tonight. It's on live from 6 o'clock. That's all I ask. Just watch.
Right, stand by studio. Counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Shot 1 on 3. Go next.
Yeah, tighten it a bit on 2. That's it.
bars now. And, yep. Oh, that's nice and smooth, yes. And, yeah, hold it there, 4. Right. Through the time to you next. Great. Right, Gary, get Mary to stand by, please. Stand by, Mary.
Welcome to the People Channel, broadcasting to all Europe.
And cue Mary.
And welcome from me to the first night of the all-new People Channel. I'm Mary Morris, and this is the first television network you really can talk to. Call us at any hour of the day or night on this number. That's a free phone number, so we pay. Talk to us about our programs or about what's on your mind, or just call for a chat. The People Channel is about people for people, which means we're here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Right, okay, we're into the trail now. Get her across the studio then, please, Gary. Come on.
The People Channel.
Stand by, James, please,
Tonight,
and
for the
get the
first
kids out of the way.
time
Not too
ever,
much
the people
noise
of
in the
6 nations
studio.
are hearing this broadcast in 6
get rid of them.
languages. In all 6 languages, the message is the same. You're in charge. Watch us. Join us. Grow with us. The People Channel is you. News Plus. Everything that's happening in your world as it happens, plus why it matters. Championship sport, the big races, and the big winners. The new season soccer, exclusively on your People Channel. The television of tomorrow, beamed free into your home today. The People Channel, the first television network you can talk to.
Run tape.
So call us now. We're listening. The most advanced interactive technology in the world makes your opinions matter for the first time ever. Television has power over your world.
Cue Mary.
Now you can have power over
now widen
your
a bit, that's it.
television.
And cue Mary.
In a moment, we'll begin our first ever evening of programs. But before we do that, we're going to meet someone that I certainly never expected to see here this evening. Many of you watching now will have first heard of the People Channel because of a sad, even sordid crisis in the private life of James Marriner. It was a crisis that cost James his reputation and his job. But that's not the end of the story. James, welcome back. I'm not going to say anything else, so you asked for a chance to speak to our viewers in your own words.
Stand by, porter prompt.
You've got it.
And cue porter prompt.
Thank you, Mary. Well, I've not got much to say, and it's not easy. What's happened to me over the last days has taught me 2 things I didn't know before. That living a lie is a kind of prison, and that I love my wife more than anything.
I'll hold this for a bit now. Let's stay with this.
I know it must sound strange when I say this, but my disgrace has set me free. I have the People Channel to thank for that. But there's something more important I want to say.
Stay with him. Yeah, pull back, stay with him, that's it.
If they cut me off
Stay
now,
with
you'll
that.
know that they've
Hold
got
that
something to
shot,
hide.
as it is.
Well done, James. Nice move.
I dare the People Channel to let me speak. The People Channel is a front. There's some kind of movement behind it. It's called The Vision. I don't know what's going on, but it's bigger than television. It's about politics. It's about elections. I don't know how they do it. They use information, not just here, but from all over Europe. They're getting us ready for war. It's about war. I know it sounds paranoid. I've nothing left to lose. That's why I can tell you the truth. That's why you've got to believe me. This network will lie to you. At first they'll give you what you want. Then they'll give you what they want. And by that time it'll be too late. Helen? Helen, are you watching? Do you see now? It hasn't all been for nothing.
Starting with a classic season of the best-loved movies of all time, now only on the People Channel. Everything you always wanted television to be. Harry. The People Channel can bring you the best because the People Channel is already the biggest broadcasting organization in Europe today.
It wasn't live.
Tonight, on our opening night, 20 million homes across Europe are receiving our beam. And there's something else that's new about the People Channel. You won't hear any foul language on this network. You
Stop
won't see
recording.
any gratuitous violence.
Reset tape at the beginning.
You won't see any so-called...
Okay, do get that, studio. I want you to stop recording now and reset the tape from the beginning. Quickly as possible, please, studio.
We believe that television shares the job of building a better world for our children to grow up in.
Right, stand by, studio, to rejoin live transmission in 60 seconds.
Join us in a new adventure. Ring us now and tell us you're with us. Remember, if all the quiet, decent people in the world come together and walk side by side, nothing can stop us. This is only the beginning.
Unsafe.
In a moment, we'll start our first ever evening of programs, but before we do that, we're going to meet somebody that I certainly never expected to be here this evening.
Okay, studio, just keep going.
James, welcome back. I'm not going to say anything else. You asked for a chance to talk to our viewers in your own words. You've got it.
Thank you, Mary. I've not got much to say, and it's not easy. What's happened to me over the last days has taught me two things I didn't know before.
Stand by to cue Mary.
Living a lie is a kind of prison, and that I love my wife more than anything. I know it must sound strange when I say this, but my disgrace has set me free. I have the People Channel to thank for that.
Cue Mary.
Thank you, James. We can guess what it's cost you to come here this evening. Takes a brave man to admit he's wrong, but at least we can say it hasn't all been for nothing. We are truly proud to have you with us on our first evening. And quite an evening it is. We begin with our movie of the night, Back to the Future.